Greetings fellow gamers, I'm the Soulsborne Seeker and I'm back with a new video showcasing 10 upcoming indie Metroidvania games you probably haven't heard of, expected to release sometime in 2025 or later. As always, a kind reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying this content, since it will help me reach even more people and spread the knowledge far and wide. And now, without further ado, let's dive into it. Misspell transpires on the remote island of Melanor, a place drenched in ancient magic that lies in ruins following the eradication of its inhabitants by a strange mineral which left only destruction in its wake. You take on the role of a young girl whose arm is wrapped in a living magical vine that's capable of absorbing arcane energy from artifacts, which is then utilized to manifest different abilities that allow you to fight enemies in different ways as well as reach new areas that were previously inaccessible. With this wondrous power at your disposal, you will go about exploring Melanor in search of answers regarding the past catastrophe that it suffered, with the island rendered in beautiful hand-drawn visuals that are a sight to behold. Said island is also home to a variety of characters that survived the tragedy, with whom you will be able to meet and engage, leading to your ability to make choices that will alter the fate of the island as well as the characters themselves. Misspell has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Brandish the blade of an isopod Ronin in AOKAKI, a fast-paced platformer with strong Metroidvania elements. You return to your homeland after years on a pilgrimage only to find it suffering under the corrupted rule of the Shogun and his demonic fungal powers, and it is now up to you to take down your former lord and his 4 generals in order to restore peace to the land. To that end, you'll get to explore a challenging, bug-inhabited world full of intense combat and arduous acrobatic gauntlets, with everything brought to life in wonderfully nostalgic pixel-perfect visuals. The game offers phenomenal freedom of movement, with our protagonist being capable of navigating the setting in style while utilizing a solid array of traversal abilities including jumping, dashing, and rolling, among others. AOKAKI takes a level-based approach to its world structure while offering you the option to revisit past levels after having gained new abilities in order to reach previously inaccessible areas, which is where the Metroidvania element kicks in. The title also boasts some truly challenging optional platforming segments that will test your skills to their limit. AOKAKI is expected to come out sometime during the second quarter of 2026 and has been confirmed for PC. Following, we have Enfant, a 3D Metroidvania offering that harkens back to the PS2 era of platformers. In a vibrant, decaying world that is still reeling from humanity's last-ditch efforts to survive prior to their complete destruction, you are an anthropomorphic elephant who is searching for his lost herd. Your journey will bring you across the last remnants of what was once the human civilization, as well as a variety of evolved animals that have achieved elevated intelligence and will either become your friends, foes, or something in between. The setting is not only brimming with fantastic visuals but also puzzles, which you will be able to solve in a variety of ways depending on your skill set at any given moment. For example, you will be able to use your trunk in a variety of different situations, including instances where you will have to soak up water in order to douse flames and move forward. Of special note is an element of ecosystem mentality the game will have, which will give way to various instances of emergent events that you will stumble upon. Enfant is one of those games that aims to be both an entertaining playground as well as a piece of art that invites reflection and experimentation, making it a Metroidvania that holds a lot of potential. Enfant has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Moving on, there's the Busker. Taking place in a dystopian urban setting, the game tells the story of the titular Busker, a bunny struggling to make ends meet. In an effort to survive, the Busker picks up a guitar and goes out to perform in hopes of earning some cash, but is promptly arrested and thrown in jail for doing so without a license. To his surprise, he finds himself imprisoned alongside a popular band called The Smash, and when said band is unceremoniously carted off to a corporate prison in the middle of the night, it it is up to the Busker to find and rescue them. The guitar is more than a story element and actually constitutes your main weapon, which can be upgraded by the acquisition of pedals that boast different effects. Guitar aside, you'll be able to find more instruments which will add to your destructive power while also helping you with exploration by bestowing new traversal skills upon you. On a last note, the world of the Busker can be explored in non-linear fashion, meaning there is no right or wrong way to go about investigating the map. The Busker has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. No Walls in Heaven is an exploration-heavy Metroidvania about losing yourself in the hostile vastness of the cosmos. Step into the boots of Eva, a woman whose life of crime has finally caught up to her. Now pursued by both the law as well as the corrupt syndicate she used to work for, she decides to place all her bets for survival in a desperate gamble that takes the form of the Husk, a colossal megastructure that appears sporadically within the gravity well of a gas giant, which is said to hold secrets beyond human comprehension. Her mission? To infiltrate the enigmatic fortress in order to save a life which will hopefully lead to her own redemption as well. No Walls in Heaven is incredibly mobility-oriented, featuring some truly impressive platforming set pieces which can actually be approached in a variety of ways, since exploration is very open-ended and encourages creative thinking when it comes to getting from point A to point B depending on your tools and stats available at any given moment. As a matter of fact, the game features no invisible walls. If you can see it, you can reach it with the appropriate skills and equipment, which should make for exciting investigative instances, especially given the numerous secrets hiding across the setting. That being said, the game doesn't shy away from combat either, with the single handgun available to you having the firepower of a tank, which will be necessary considering the many alien foes you will be called to take out. No Walls in Heaven is expected to come out sometime in 2027 and has been confirmed for PC. Going onwards, there's Good Boy. Take control of Laika, an adorable space rover pup that awakens on the alien planet of Terra 2 when it receives an SOS signal from a human that has crash-landed on it. Said human was sent there to investigate an anomaly that was detected by his people, and Laika decides to help him complete his mission and uncover the anomaly's origins. Good Boy is structured upon an ecosystem mentality, with Terra 2 featuring a living and breathing fauna that you can capture in order to upgrade your abilities. This is essentially how ability gates work here, with you being capable of collecting a variety of creatures populating the setting and either choosing to harness their skills or bring them back to your base in exchange for research credits that will help you expand your arsenal, such as upgrading your motherboard or getting new tools and capturing equipment. A nice detail here is that Laika, as well as other similar robots you will come across on your journey, are actually operated by old dogs whose consciousness was transferred to them, which I thought was an adorable touch. Good Boy has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC and PS5. Join a cat named Luna on her mysterious journey to find the memories of her old lady friend in Bruma, a Metroidvania that aims to tell a story of friendship in a world drowned by confusion and oblivion. Luna's search will take her all over Valparaiso, a melancholy, mist-filled cityscape abandoned by humans, where past and present blend seamlessly and stray animal gangs roam its paths. Bruma is much more focused on exploration and puzzle solving rather than combat, with stealth being a fundamental crucial aspect of your skill set, effectively allowing you to hide and avoid enemies or even hunt them efficiently from the shadows if the opportunity presents itself. The gathering of memories will be your main goal, with the infusion of magical realism in the story having you actively revisiting those lost recollections and engaging with characters of the past in an effort to help your friend in the present. Memories aside, you'll also get to gather many items left behind by the humans who used to live in Valparaiso, which you will be able to trade with merchants in exchange for new tools and upgrades that will help you on your journey. On a last note, Bruma currently has an active Kickstarter available, which is nearing its end, so if you wish to support the game, act fast by following the link I have included in the description below. Bruma has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Third from the end, we have Children of Birch, a Metroidvania inspired by Slavic myths and folklore. You awaken exhausted and bound to a dying oak tree. Mastering the last of your strength, you tear yourself free of the weathered rope and follow the single path that stretches forward, leading straight into the unknown. While Children of Birch features some tricky acrobatic segments, which are also described as trying to reinterpret certain platforming elements, its main emphasis is placed on combat, which borrows aspects from the Souls-like genre by presenting you with hefty battles where dodge rolling and timely counterattacks will make the difference between victory and defeat. The game also boasts some very elaborate boss battles that feature higher than average complexity in their design, which will hopefully lead to some memorable skirmishes against the big bads lurking across the setting. Children of Birch has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC.
In Rewilders, prep your next run by growing powerful plants, customizing your build, and diving straight into a world in collapse.
Nearing the finale, there's Rewilders, The Lost Spring, a mix of the roguelite, Metroidvania, and creature collection genres. In a world that has forced its inhabitants below ground due to a failed society having corrupted the environment, embody Abby, a girl that decides to venture to the poisoned surface in search of her family. Rewilders features an open map for you to explore, which is comprised of corrupted biomes you will have to visit and restore to life by reactivating dormant springs. As the realm heals, entities called the Hantu will start appearing, native creatures that were once driven to extinction, now returning to offer you a helping hand by joining your cause and lending you their abilities. Speaking of abilities, the game's exploration is very much Metroidvania based, necessitating the acquisition of new tools and skills to reach previously inaccessible areas, including a grappling hook, glider, and wall running. The roguelite element comes into play in the form of a dynamic map whenever you start a new run, as well as persistent progression systems between said runs, though exactly how often you will have to start a new run remains to be seen. Of special note is your skyship, which is essentially your base of operations, where you are able to grow plants and utilize resources gathered during exploration in order to evolve your companions and gain permanent buffs. Rewilders: The Lost Spring is expected to come out sometime in 2026 for PC in early access, with console plans further in the future.
And new powers to master. Rewild. Grow stronger, explore deeper, and fight for your family and for what's left of the wild.
Before we get to the finish line, I do wish to extend an honorable mention to Shadow Sacrament: The Roots of Evil, a survival horror game that I highly doubt is a Metroidvania despite the Steam tags saying otherwise, but also a title I feel fans of the genre will enjoy, especially those who had fun with Blasphemous and The Last Faith. Set during the 19th century, the game tells the story of a grief-stricken detective who goes to investigate a gruesome crime that took place in a dark monastery and ends up getting way more than he bargained for when he finds himself tangled in the site's dark mysteries, which will pit him against unimaginable horrors. Shadow Sacrament: The Roots of Evil is very much inspired by classics in the survival horror genre, featuring staples such as inventory and resource management, logical and item-based puzzles, as well as weighty and stress-inducing combat against nightmarish creatures. Said combat is definitely a standout of the game, incorporating both ranged and melee weapons that you can use to destroy your enemies, with the latter also giving way to grisly executions in the vein of the aforementioned Blasphemous and The Last Faith titles. As a superfan of the genre, I cannot put into words how excited I am about playing this game, which I have had in my sights for some time now. Shadow Sacrament: The Roots of Evil has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Finally, we have Torii. The spirit realm has ruptured, your brother has gone missing, and it is up to you to find out why your world is falling apart, as well as locate and rescue your lost sibling. To that end, you'll have to dodge, parry, dash, and slash your way through various enemies and bosses, while also conquering some fairly challenging platforming segments, with the beautifully hand-drawn visuals doing a wonderful job of breathing life to the setting. Your journey will have you finding a variety of useful secrets, including new equipment, skills, and arts related to both traversal and combat. Also of note is the fact that the map can be explored non-linearly, with the decision of how you'll go about uncovering its biomes being entirely up to you. Torii is expected to come out sometime during the first quarter of 2026 and has been confirmed for PC. What did you think of these games? Did you already know about them? Are you planning to try any of them out? Let me know in the comments below, and please subscribe if you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you wish to find more new games, I have a ton more videos in this series on my channel, so go watch those as well. On a last note, a kind reminder that if you enjoy my content and wish to support the channel, you can do so by donating to my Patreon or my Ko-fi page, the links for which you can find in the video description. Until next time, Soulsborne Seeker out.